For an Iranian perspective on the talks, I spoke with Dr. Mohammed Marandi. He's a North American Studies professor at the University of Tehran. I asked him what are the major sticking points from the Iranian side of the negotiating table.
Well, one major issue is the issue of trust, and it's not really on the piece of paper necessarily, but the Iranians see two international issues that are confronting itself at the negotiating table. One is that the Israeli regime and the Saudi regime are both working hard to prevent any form of agreement from taking place, and they're lobbying very hard, especially with the French. The second issue is the United States itself. While the Iranian side has the authority and the support of the political establishment, by and large, in the United States there are deep divisions. And when the Iranians see that the Israeli regime's prime minister comes to Washington and is respected by both Democrats and Republicans to such a degree that the U.S. president is not respected in such a way, then the Iranians begin to wonder how credible is the U.S. president if he indeed has the will to sign an agreement, and how long would that agreement last. So the Iranians face these issues, and so the issue of trust and U.S. credibility is very important right now for the Iranians, in addition to the red lines with regards to sovereignty, about the sanctions, and about Iran's rights to have a peaceful nuclear program.
Two-pronged question. We're going to leave it here. First, how are the negotiations being viewed there in Iran? And secondly, what happens if there's no deal?
Well, if there's no deal, the Iranians will go back to business as usual, and they will invest in the nuclear program, the peaceful nuclear program, as they did before. And they will basically move on to new partners. If the United States and the Europeans really are unwilling to make the necessary changes in their foreign policy, despite the fact that the Iranians have shown such flexibility over the past couple of years, then really no one is going to blame the Iranian political establishment, and the international community is going to look at the United States and the Europeans and point fingers at them. So I think that countries like Russia and China and India will feel more comfortable with beginning by ignoring U.S. laws on applying sanctions towards Iran. So basically the ball is in the U.S. court right now.